Well, for more now on the significance of Zahwari's death, I'm very pleased to be joined in the studio by Niagalé Bagayoko. She's the chair of the African Security Sector Network. Thanks for your time today on France 24. First of all, how big of a blow do you think this is to the Islamic State group?
I think that for sure this is an important defeat and success, which shows that the French forces are able to disorganize and to hit very seriously
the Islamic State.
Some Islamic organizations. However, I definitely think that this will have an impact on a tactical level, but definitely not on strategic level, because the way in which those jihadi groups are organized show how resilient they can be and how they have been able to regenerate themselves.
The groups can regenerate themselves, in your view, then. Does that suggest that actually they'll still be able to carry out these kind of attacks that we've seen on civilians, even though their leader's now been killed?
Absolutely. There is no doubt about it. And even during the press conference, the head of the external intelligence services of France made clear that a new direction was being set up, and also that some communities were involved into it. This shows that jihadism in the Sahelian region is very well rooted on the ground among populations, among communities, because those populations are targets, of course, and they are put under lots of pressure. But there are also some complicities with some groups and civilians, even if they are the most targeted by the Islamic State.
Now, the timing of the announcement of his death seems to be rather interesting, because he was killed in August, but we were only finding out about it just now. Do you have a sense as to why that might be?
Indeed, the first rumors about his death came around the 22nd of August. So it's been almost 1 month, which is a long time before making such an announcement. And in my view, this has probably to be linked to the rumors relating to some negotiations being conducted between the Malian authorities on the one part, and on the other with the Wagner private Russian security company. I think that France is feeling in a situation which is not very comfortable and needs to show that it is very efficient on the ground.
Well, let's talk a little bit more then about those reports that you're talking about regarding those Russian forces. These are Russian mercenaries who reportedly may be heading to Mali to assist the Malian forces there in their fight against jihadists. Now, the Wagner group hasn't been confirmed that they're actually going to send their fighters to the ground yet. But if they are, what kind of impact might that have on France? France is obviously the biggest Western operator in that part of the world, but France also wants to get its troops out, doesn't it?
I think it is very important to remember that the cooperation between Mali and former Soviet Union has been very, very close, including after the independence. So those relations with Russia are not new. And even more recently, in 2012, then in 2019, we had seen that President Ibeka has been able to negotiate already an agreement with Russia. So what is new is the idea that some mercenary could come in. But it is important also to read those negotiations in the context of internal politics in Mali, because there is a kind of popularity among the Malian populations due to those historical links. And France, in my view, is not in a very good position, because the authorities are saying that it is a red line. But as we just heard, in fact, it seems that they are eager to stay again. So normal for a sovereign state to diversify its partnership, and I think it is what Malian authorities are trying to show to their traditional international partners.
All right, really interesting stuff. We'll have to leave it there, but thanks very much indeed for your time. Niagalé Bagayoko for us there on the programme.